Hello guys, today I want to show you some basic problems with working with long camera animations and how to import animated camera from 3ds Max to Chaos Vantage. Here is very nice 3D model of a street from Sketchfab for the tutorial. Now I am going to start Vantage Live Link. You can see the scene is dark because there is no lights in 3ds Max. If you have V-Ray Sun, or environment light in 3ds Max, then you cannot add or modify the sky or sunlight in Vantage. So if you want multiple light combinations for each of your cameras, then it is better to not adding sun and sky in 3ds Max and use it in Chaos Vantage. Now I am going to just enable the sky and the sun parameter and adjust the F value to make scene exposure better. Now the problem part. Suppose I want a long camera sequence of a street. For that, what I do is I just create camera for every sequence. Now just click on animation timeline button, click on shot mode and drag the first camera to the timeline and that drag the second camera. Right click on transition and make it linear and that go to the set duration and set the time 4 seconds. Repeat the same process for every shot. It is a very tedious process. You have to give duration to each transition. Now play the animation. You can see animation looking good. Now I want to add another camera sequence, so I just create a new camera. Rename it to remember the camera shot. Add another camera and rename it. Now add a pause after the last camera and set the duration to 1 frame. The reason is because Vantage by default they transition with last camera. I'll show you this later. Now drag the shot 2.1 and drag shot 2.2. Set the duration to 6 seconds and play the video. Now we have successfully created a 2 animation sequence. There is another issue with Vantage is if you want to organize your shots into folder, then you need to create a folder. Give it a name. Now you cannot select all the camera and drag it to the folder. You have manually drag all the camera one by one. Suppose if you want to add a new camera to your sequence, that when I create new camera, it not goes into that folder. You have to click and drag it manually. Turn off the Vantage. Go to the Vantage toolbar and click Export Static VR Scene. It will export the 3D model into a VR scene and opens into Vantage and name the file at the same location of original 3ds Max file. Now I have already animated a 3 camera inside 3ds Max. I also gave them name and the camera animation length. For example, it is Cam Yon 1 with 1060 frames animation. This cam shot, this 180 frame animation. Now what I need to do is select all camera and isolate them. Then go to the Vantage toolbar and click Export Animation Frame to VR Scene tool. This will open Chaos Vantage. You can ignore and close it. It will ask you to save the file. Now go to the Chaos Vantage new scene and import the VR scene which contains the geometry. We want geometry and the materials from this file. Now import the animated camera's VR scene file. We don't want geometry and material from this file. We want camera and loop animation only. Click import. You can see we have all 3 cameras with its name came in camera panel, drag cam 1 to the timeline. You can see only 1 camera came with animation. Now drag cam 2, remove the transition. Now change the time display to time to frames. You can see that imported camera have 260 frames. If I see the 3ds max and see the cam 2, it has animation only to 180 frames, which I have named, and same with camera 3 has 200 frames. So what you need to do is crop the animation length to 180 frames for that camera. So right click to the cam 2, set camera range and add end frame to 180. Now cam 2 animation stops at 180 frames. Now add the cam 3 and do the same. So thank you for watching the tutorial. If you don't want multiple cameras inside Vantage and messy setup, that you just use this method,